Okay. Hello. Welcome to Star Trek Pathos, Season 1, Episode 11, A Thief by Hook or Crook. So, this episode is it's essentially a continuation of the last one, although there is a bit of a time skip. So, hello everybody. VGR, welcome. Roomsbath, CangoFango, yes. So, I have very special guests here, namely players. Players, hello.
Hello.
Greetings.
Bye.
And that was the end of the stream.
Thank you for coming, everyone.
I think we've done that 3 streams in a
I
row.
know.
Now we should probably stop.
Probably.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, I think we should continue, actually. So,
We should probably stop. No.
yes.
Yes.
So introductions, right?
Mhm.
Is that where this is?
Yeah.
Okay, so hello everyone. I'm CangoFango, and I play Doviah Drenlich Twossock, the communications officer on the USS Pathos, who is a human.
Hello, I am Dodrebur, or Dot, and I play Captain Shiun of the USS Pathos, who is a Vulcan.
And I am Sir Rogue. I play Nero, which is the flight controller.
Yes.
I fly things.
Yes. You do.
Nice.
Mostly kites, though, oddly enough.
Yay!
So,
Well, it's space kites.
I'm not going to do a recap of what happened last episode. If you don't know what happened, go watch the archives. However, we do have a little something from Dot, I believe.
Yes.
Okay.
Captain's log. Stardate 6484.8. Following our suspicious encounter with Miss Catherine Stottholz, the confirmed theft of our Viuni artifact set us on her trail. A diversion led us to the freighter's small craft, and a message. We did you a favor by taking the box. Do not push this further. Now, we swiftly approach the Brenner Star system with a possible information leak and a questionable gift from a Starfleet Commodore. It is imperative that we understand the motives behind this ongoing sequence of strange events surrounding the Viuni and Bashal before it escalates.
Okay. Nicely done.
Great.
Right, so, with that introduction, let's begin on the bridge. And what about the 2 momentum that we've got saved up from in between?
Oh yeah.
Normally that would evaporate, but should we just let it evaporate as normal? Yes?
Whatever.
Okay, so then let's let it evaporate.
Up to you.
I'll make it evaporate. Okay, it is now evaporated. So, and it didn't need a spell to do it. So, yes. Right, we begin the scene on the bridge of the Pathos. Getting closer and closer. Nero, you see you are now just entering normal communications range.
Mm-hmm.
Would anyone like to do anything now, or would you like to get in closer first?
Let's get a little bit closer.
A little bit closer?
So this in communications range of what exactly?
Of the colony on one of the planets.
Alright.
On
Sure.
the Brenner Star system.
Okay.
Okay. You get in closer into long-range sensors. So Jay Baylor, who is at sensors, is going to take a little bit of initiative. And no, I don't mean start combat. Don't need to get out your phaser. No, I'm at yeah. So
Yes.
he's just going to do a normal roll. It's only difficulty 0 anyway. Okay, that is... Actually, let's wait. Did he have...
That's either 1 or 2 successes.
No, that's actually 3 because of focus supplies.
Oh.
Okay, so that's
Okay.
already 3 successes. See, I told you I was rolling 2s. Okay, so Kango, would you like to roll for the ship? It is
Sure.
going to be science plus sensors. Let me open up Westacre. Since Mr. W is no longer here, I've got to have that open.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe someday. So what's the roll?
Sensors plus science.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sure. Here we
That
go.
means
Oh,
two
it's
weeks.
CangoFango, but yeah, that's
it's
you.
fine,
Okay,
it's
that's fine.
Another one, so that's 4. Was it difficulty 0? Which means we've got 4 momentum anyway.
Yes.
Good start. So,
Yeah.
Great.
as you are closing into long range sensor distance, J. Baylor, looking into his viewer, turns around and says, Captain, I'm detecting a grid of satellites at the edge of the system. I'm unsure as of what their purpose is.
Mm-hmm.
Westacre pipes up and says, Captain, they might be a defensive system. I recommend going to yellow alert.
Alright. Do so and open hailing frequencies. I don't know. Did we try to contact them? I'm a little spacey right now.
No.
I don't think that we did.
We should try to
yet.
contact them. If it's a defense system, we should probably try to contact them.
Okay, so shields come up as you went into yellow alert. And gotta get the name ready. There we are. Okay, so Doviah, what do you do?
Hail them.
Okay, open hailing frequencies. You get through without issue. You see on screen comes a human looking face, kind of a bit short grey hair, wearing a sort of uniform. He says, "This is Brenner's Star Communications. What may we help you with?"
This is the USS Pathos. We are following up on an investigation.
He kind of looks away for a moment and says, "Noted. You are free to enter into standard orbit."
Let's do this.
Do you have anything you would like to...
Standard orbit, I guess.
Okay, so that's that, I guess.
Seems good enough.
Well, yeah.
Okay,
So if there are defenses, they would end up with, like, shutting them off.
so as you enter in closer, J. Baylor gets more information from his scan, and as you're passing by some of these satellites, he turns over and says, "Captain, I'm not detecting any sort of armaments on them. They appear to be solely sensor platforms, maybe communications listening posts. I would need to get a more detailed scan, would take a bit longer."
Yeah. Probably would have scanned them properly in the first place.
So what
The
do you...
biggest concern is finding out where our freighter went. We don't know what the actual involvement is with the planet.
Okay. So if that's the case. Westaker is going to cancel yellow alert. Do you want to countermand him?
What?
He's going to cancel yellow alert. Is that okay?
No, it's fine.
Okay, so shields go back down, and you enter standard orbit. There are a few other ships around, because this does have a trading port, but none of them are the perishable.
And the warp signature?
The warp signature definitely led here, but because of the sheer amount of activity, you can't tell exactly where it went, but it went to this planet, into the orbit around this planet. If you wanted to, you could spend a couple of hours scanning the a little bit further out to see if the warp signature continued on from here somewhere else, or if it...
Yes.
That's what you want to do?
Sounds good.
Okay. Right, so this is going to be a difficulty 1 task. The same roll as before. So that would be science plus reason.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to buy dice for him? It's only difficulty 1 and the ship assists. Although we have got 4.
Would be good. Yeah.
No?
And it's only a difficult 1, so...
Okay. Sure, so then here we go. Haha! Okay, that is 3 successes.
Wow.
Again.
Nice.
Interesting. So, told you I was rolling low. Anyway, okay.
At some point, that luck of yours is going to run out, and my guessing that is going to happen is going to be, I don't know, wrong?
Who knows? So, Rogue, would you like to roll for the ship?
Yeah.
Sensors plus science.
Let's get a 20, shall we?
Oh, yes, please.
Right, what is it? Sensors
plus science.
Oh, we're good.
Mm-hmm.
Right, here we go. Chat, I can't see it, but here we go. Here comes the high rolls.
Well, 4 again.
Okay, now I'm going. No. No, that's a false. No, that's a false hope. No.
Okay.
I don't buy that.
So that means
He's tricking me.
that we've actually now got, in the first minute of the game, we went to maximum momentum and have 1 overflow. Interesting.
Brilliant.
It's false hope, man. It's false hope. Single.
Okay. You spend less time than you had previously predicted to search around the planet, and you come to the conclusion that the warp signature of the perishable has not left the system.
It's hiding somewhere.
Dun dun dun.
So let's now scan the planet. See how much light we got now.
Yeah.
Yes, let's go.
Okay. So, as you come back around, closer to the planet,
basically search for the freighter and see if we can spot that that box, the shielded box.
Yes.
Might stand out a bit.
Maybe.
Or the box, which also might stand out, or might not.
Yes. Or the blue box. I mean, that would probably stand out as well. If you don't know Doctor Who, that doesn't make sense. So
yeah, it definitely doesn't make sense.
Yeah, there you go. So, okay, as you're getting into position to start these scans, Doviah, you are being hailed by the planet. Or
So what's the planet called?
Probably someone on the planet.
Do we know what the planet's called, or is that not known?
It's just called Brenner's Star Colony, or Brenner's Colony.
Okay. Captain, Brenner's colony, the planet is hailing us.
An interesting time to do so.
Agreed. Shall I put it on screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
On screen
Beep, beep.
comes a man's face, human looking, says, "Greetings. This is Chief of Investigations, Mr. Alban Corral. I have been notified that the Pathos is here on behalf of pursuing an investigation. Is this correct?
Yes.
Might I inquire about the details of this?"
A suspicious individual in a theft of Starfleet property.
Very well. I unfortunately have to inform you that according to the Independence Agreement, off-world security forces are not permitted to undergo criminal investigations. However, I would be willing to offer you and your senior staff a few days shore leave aboard our colony. What you do with that time is up to you.
Very well then. Your hospitality is appreciated.
Also, we may not be able to allocate much time or attention to you as we are quite busy. If you need our support, we are of course available.
Very well.
Chief of Investigations out.
That's just asking us to
Yeah,
do
if
it.
I get the call, sure.
Okay. Surely?
That really is just asking us to do it.
I don't know.
Definitely not an additional suspicious thing in the sequence of events.
Definitely not.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, you're not Starfleet. Yeah. So, what do you want to do?
Hmm.
So, who's going on shore leave?
Probably the senior staff, as he said. Not sure if it's every one of them. I don't know.
Yeah, you do realize when it says senior staff, we can take anybody, right, and just claim they're senior staff?
If the captain were willing to exaggerate a bit. Or I guess you could promote them to senior staff just for this mission and then do it and then demote them again. I mean, technically that is a loophole.
Yeah? Does that just work instantaneously?
Sorry, what did you say? I couldn't hear you.
Sorry.
Who in our group is considered senior staff?
Well, it would be the bridge crew, in addition to the chiefs that you have. So, chief engineer, chief medical, those would also be considered senior staff.
Chief scientist. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Although, if you do take every one of your senior staff, then...
Who's going to look after the ship?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? The Bashal might show up out of nowhere. I mean, that could happen.
Why would they show up?
Why do you think I said senior staff?
So, there are concerns about communications, but it's not like we would be able to filter through all the planet communications in order to find anything suspicious.
Not unless you have anything more to narrow it down.
Yeah.
Although, if you got access to one of those satellites, that might help you, since that is already equipped to, depending on what it's for, might be equipped to handle vast amounts of communications in a orderly way. But that would be a
Somehow,
little...
I don't think we're getting permission to use a satellite.
Yeah,
Just for shore leave.
true. But who says you need permission?
Oh
Oh wait, wrong campaign.
everyone.
Sorry, wrong campaign. Sorry.
Yes,
I'm not that
sure.
bad, the captain in the previous.
Except for when you are.
But yes, let's
So, what's the best way to find a person on a planet?
Well, of course, ideally, you would work together with the planetary security forces, which isn't really an option.
Nope.
So, I don't know, what do other players think?
I think we should do the first officer and maybe some other people. Few what's it? Go down to the planet. Have fun with shore leave.
And then revisit the mission.
No, then get yourself into trouble. Just the way we like it.
Good plan. Now,
Oh, sorry.
Well, first, I guess we
Wrong.
should resume those scans
yeah.
that got interrupted.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Good
Oh yeah.
point.
the
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
oh
that's the
yeah.
point.
There's a scans on it. Yeah.
Okay.
Scan the planet.
So,
Go shippy. I'm gonna eat chucky.
this is going to be a difficulty 3 task. Which is going to be, let's see. Yeah, it's going to be the same roll as before. But it's going to be difficulty 3.
Alright. +1.
Sure, I have nothing against that. We're at maximum momentum anyway.
Yeah. So that's 4. Yeah, we've got a good chance there.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Huh, well,
Wow.
okay. So, that's 3 successes again. The 3rd time in the row. This NPC's rolled 3 times already. And on each roll, he's gotten 3 successes on the same roll.
He's feeling quite lucky today.
It's gonna be one of those sessions, isn't it?
Yay.
Okay.
When do we start
So-
rolling bad?
Dodd, I guess it's time for you to roll for the ship.
I guess so. Let's roll for the ship. Still sign sensors,
Yep,
presumably.
yep.
And we'll throw in a roll.
Okay,
That's fine. We already had 3.
yep. So,
Right.
So Jay Baylor starts a pattern where he's scanning the areas of the most traffic first and expanding outward in a spiral pattern. And after a couple of hours, he says, "Captain, I believe I have found a ship that matches the signature of the perishable. However, its transponder is not identifying it as such. It is claiming to be the SS Amber Tramp."
The SS what?
Amber Tramp. I'll post. There we go. Tramp as in someone who wanders, or like hobo, for example. Or rambler. Yeah, rambler is probably a better word.
Well then. So let's use the shore
Also,
leave.
It is. A little bit more information.
Yes.
It is currently landed within a hangar complex that is located in the most densely populated city on this world.
Of course it is.
Of course.
So
Not that that actually means anything. They could transport anywhere.
Yes.
So let's take some short.
Some shore leave, yes.
Well, not all of us, of course.
I mean, yes, but some of us.
I would take, let's say,
Let's
Some.
roll the dice.
no. We take some grunts. It says that they are senior staff, and maybe some of the senior staff. Like, I don't know, Kibun. Instead of the NPCs we got, is there a?
So, if one is trying to search for someone, chief security would usually be the way to go.
Oh god, yeah.
And then investigative types. So could be science, comms.
Maybe a
Probably war
pilot.
security.
Maybe a pilot just for
Pilot
quick
if you
getaways.
want.
That specializes in small craft for quick getaways.
So, who's actually going? So we've got Westacre. Is the captain also going?
I think I think the captain wants to look into some other things.
Okay.
Right?
Right. So, is Nero going? Yes?
As if Captain wants Neo's go. But he does specialize in small crafts.
Could be useful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If either of you want your characters to go, you're going.
Yay! Go then.
Okay.
Wait,
I'm not sure if
probably the bad eye. Yeah.
I'm not sure if it would make sense for the communications officer to go down.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
You're trying to find someone on a giant planet.
Hey, it's not a gas giant planet. Just a regular planet. I mean,
Okay,
you've got
then yeah.
Plus, I mean, you've got the most the most useful talent in the situation of all, namely theatrics. I mean, who knows? It could become very useful in the situation.
Fine, I shall attend then.
Okay.
It's sure live.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
The captain offered you sure live. You take it.
So we've got Westacre, Nero, Doviah. Doc,
Yeah.
who are you taking?
Who do we have?
Grissom.
Should I take over the one who scans?
If you want to.
Yay, the one who scans. We got. Would you like? Oh, by me, sorry. Oh, that hurt. Oh.
If you want to take him over, sure.
Sure, I guess.
Okay.
Alright.
So
I would prefer to take Zular, but I can't rationalize that as easily.
I mean, you could give, since this is a new introduction, you could give Zular a value that might explain it, perhaps, or a focus if they don't already have 6 focuses, which
No, they don't.
they wouldn't.
They have 3.
Yes.
Well,
Okay, so then-
you could.
If you
Say,
want to take
I don't know.
Zular, then you could give Zular a focus that would apply. That is how the system is designed to work. You introduce a character, and then you give the character something that's relevant to why they've been introduced. So
Yes. Huh. What would it be?
criminal investigations.
Oh yeah, you know, just the engineer
Although saying that, Tom Paris in Voyager, one episode he's an ace pilot, the next episode he's an automobile junkie, the next episode he breaks the warp 10 barrier. So
Is it really consecutively?
I don't know.
Those all seem mildly pilot related.
Well, he's also the ship's kind of head nurse in some instances.
Spoiler.
Yeah, but he literally built a ship, like a shuttle. He literally built one as well. So, anyway.
Oh.
I just don't know what I'd add.
I mean, you could add something like maybe
Interrogation.
well, that with an engineer. I mean, it could be something as simple as maybe logistics, or something like that, which could that could be feasible. That you want someone along with you to figure out maybe if you need to go to places because you don't know what the transport situation is like there, or how certain things might be channeled. That could be a useful
Sure.
thing, for example.
Why not? I can't think of anything better, so sure.
Okay. And I will not touch the
Not-
sheet while you're editing
No
it.
inspiration is coming, so
Hmm.
perhaps someone just
The muses are not amused, apparently.
no.
Hmm.
Sure.
Okay.
There we go.
So, and that
Just
also
make a note of that.
that also takes care of the update of the character. So, hold on. Right. How many times has this character been introduced yet?
This is the third.
Third. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is correct.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you want to take with you in terms of NPCs? Oh, aside from Yosef, of course.
We'd probably have a couple extra security going in there.
Mm-hmm. I'll just write down 2 times security. And
Makes sense.
Since I'm taking an engineer support character, let's take Chief Science Officer.
ooh, Jay Baylor gets to go on an away team.
Yeah.
Exciting. Right.
Okay. I'm just making a quick note of this so
Sure.
it's easier to access. There we are.
Mm.
Right. Is there anything you would like to do before you beam down?
Make
Of
sure
course.
we're all dressed pretty much like we're going
Uh-huh.
on shore leave.
Are we gonna take out the disguise bags from the other campaign?
No.
Yep, we are. Totally are. Totally are.
And the fun thing is that
I don't think we're going to run through the black market district.
who knows? Who
Yes,
knows?
we are. But in any case.
So the thing is that in this time, since replicators aren't a thing, there is a dedicated tailor on board the ship to make any sort of clothing items that might be needed. So you do have that.
Okay.
Right, so
Nice.
you get appropriately clothed, and Westicker goes through his checklist.
Oh, god damn it, man.
Hey,
Check if
it's
the
one.
hours-
It's shore leave.
It's one of
It's
it's one of the few
surely-
things that Mr. W established about the character. I'm gonna stay true to it.
Yes.
It's shore
if-
leave.
Check
We're
if the
on
air is
shore leave.
breathable.
It is mostly.
That's
So-
not breathable. We're gonna get it's gonna get some what's
EV
it?
suits.
Okay. So
Yeah.
anyway, let's continue with this. If no one has anything else they would like to do,
If no one has any
Then-
objections.
we'll beam down.
Mm-hmm.
And
Does
we
Josh
try-
have
And
objections?
VGR, the good thing is we do have 2 generic security officers with us, so that's good. So, step on
Guess
the
what? You're again. Haha.
you step on the transporter pad, and Kithran energizes. You dematerialize. You rematerialize on the. Actually, that's a good point. Where would you like to go? There is a transporter pad that is near there that is designed to be used for this sort of transit. But if you wanted to transport in, say, close to the ship in question, or inside it even perhaps, that is something that you could do. Is there any specific?
Let's just go close.
Inside is a bit risky, I'd say. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
Yeah,
say
Look a little suspicious.
yeah, just some
go-
random people appearing. Yeah, no.
Just go
I'd say
close.
Okay.
in the
Just
shrubbery
go
next to
close.
it.
So you do not want to
Just,
transport.
just 7 people walk out of this freighter that's been sitting here for quite some time.
Mhm.
Don't mind us.
Okay, so if you want to go the least conspicuous, well, the least suspicious way, you would transport down to the normal transporter pad and then go from there.
Yeah.
So is that what you're going to do?
Yes.
I think it's best not to arouse more suspicion. Yeah.
Okay. So, you beam
best.
down, you materialize on the transporter pad. You can see there is the transporter pad chamber. On one wall, there is a kind of a reinforced glass with a kind of a booth there where you can register any sort of special equipment that you're going to take down with you. I'm assuming you've got phasers with you or not, because that's gonna because if you want to go down at a holiday, then you wouldn't really take your weapons with you. It's this. I'm asking what you did ahead, what you did before. So did you take your phasers down with you, probably expecting this, or would you not have?
No.
Or knowing
No.
that you would probably do that, would you like to change your mind and transport in outside of that transporter pad, which
No.
they could probably detect?
No.
So what do you want to do?
No
Want to
phase.
minimize suspicion right now.
Okay, so you want
No
to.
phasers.
So to do that, you
No
would beam
phasers.
down unarmed.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Security at least gotta have unarmed training. We're good.
They do. So
We need to
Then we're
have
good.
some like science gear that we can chalk up to like,
Yeah,
exploring
of
the
course.
planet, just taking simple scans.
yeah. That'll
Yeah,
work.
sure.
So your stuff gets checked, and you are
Right.
clear to pass through.
Yeah, some empty bags, a backpack,
Mhm.
throw some few books in, like probably there near probably be some like airplane, ship books and ship books. It's a bit of
Yeah, or maybe that second fairy tale that you bought.
that's in there somewhere. You just shove some little stuff in.
No, officer, I swear that's not a phaser in this bag. Just as he leans in closer, so Shiun can go in with a nerve pinch. No. Let's tick with this.
Yes.
So, as
Good plan.
you exit the building, you step out onto a street, and it is mildly raining. It's quite warm, so it's not too uncomfortable. And on your tricorders, you can see that the particular hangar complex is located about a kilometer or so in that direction. There are all sorts of different establishments around, ranging from bars to restaurants to other shops. It is, after all, there's after all a trading port here as well. So, would you like to proceed to one of the entrances to the hangar complex?
Sure.
If we're permitted to do so, yeah.
It's a public space.
Great. Even better.
Okay. You quickly make your way there.
Mm-hmm.
It is underground, largely.
Alright.
So basically the complex is underground, and there are several large lifts, big enough for a small craft to a small ship to fit on, like a landing capable freighter, which then go down into the subterranean levels. There are also, of course, personnel lifts, one of which you take. It's not exactly that clean, but it at least
gets the job done.
Yeah, of course, your Vulcan olfactory sense is probably a bit offended by this, at least. But you've got composure, so all's good. Anyway, you
There
make
are no
your way.
Vulcans here. There are no Vulcans here.
Of course not.
Yeah. Yes.
I
Yeah,
know.
good point. Good point.
Yeah, I know. So,
Sure.
you make your way down onto the level. and this huge space stretches out in front of you. There are a variety of ships that have landed here. There are a few people about, mostly with anti-grav sleds, shuttling cargo back and forth. And you manage to find the ship. And looking at it now, Nero, you are certain that this is the SS Perishable.
Sorry. Whoops. Yeah. My expertise.
So, you've found it, and there are occasionally people that walk around in this space, but that's just an occasional thing. What would you like to do?
Whoops.
Probably find a discrete location to take some scans from.
Mm-hmm. At this point, Westacre is going to do a security plus insight check. Difficulty of 2. Do you want him to buy any dice?
Sure. We
Okay.
have momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Might as well. So
Okay.
1.
So, sure. Which means we're now at 3 because 1 evaporated when the scene changed.
Yep.
He's got... I mean, he does have infiltration as a focus, which
Yeah.
I guess would apply here. So, sure.
Or less.
I'll count it.
We're infiltrating a planet as normal people taking shore leave.
I mean, yeah, but this role specifically is about his situational awareness to see if he notices anything around the area that
Abnormal.
might
Yes.
be a bit suspicious. And infiltration
Yes.
is...
Yeah.
So, and he does
It's
have...
usable.
Yeah, he does have cautious security as well. So, anyway, here we go.
Okay.
Wow.
Sure.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
5, 11, and 6.
Okay, so that is...
So how much did you pay roll 20 for that then?
Just $2,000.
Sorry, I signed an NDA.
Ah, sorry about that.
Right. So... Actually, I need to double check this. I don't want to make... hold on. Here we are. Okay. So, as you're kind of looking around, getting ready, you find a space near around the back where the engines are, which is the way that the ship got moved into. And that there you do find an angle where you would be shielded from most angles of sight, lines of sight. And just as you're about to start...
Are there cameras around?
Probably.
More likely.
But as you're about to take some discrete sensor readings, Westacre kind of puts his hand up discreetly, and he kind of low says, "Everyone, I think we're being watched." Indicates over, and you kind of discreetly look over, and you see that in the same kind of area, kind of hard to spot area that you're at near the back, there's a man wearing a kind of very typical hood. You can clearly see a Tellarite face. Just kind of standing off on one side near the wall. He's maybe 40 or so meters away. And he's just kind of leaning against the wall there. Maybe he's waiting for someone, maybe not, and he was kind of looking in your area.
goes a bit craft crazy.
Excuse me?
What?
Goes a bit like goes a bit more fanboy styling with that. So there's a bit of is that what to do? You know, just start explaining the whole entire
I see what you mean.
ins and outs of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like a very nerdy tourist.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Well, then you roll.
Well, this is going to be.
If only you had theatrics.
So.
Yeah.
I'm going to say.
But that's
Con,
what say.
con plus presence. I would say con plus presence, and I'm going to allow an assist.
Presence plus
Con. I'll allow.
It's gonna be fun. Shipwreck edition or small craft, whatever you want to do it.
Yeah.
Complication range, I'm assuming, is
It's just one, yes.
one. May I have a dice, please?
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we're at 4.
Well, I won't be as lucky as there was it, but just don't. Right, here we go.
Okay.
So, this is clearly. So, in TOS, you've got the episodes that are kind of light-hearted, where, yes, there's a threat, but it's more of a comedy thing as well.
Like the Tribbles one.
Yeah, or Star Trek 4, where they
that as well.
are completely reckless all the time, but it ends up being fine anyway. Well, this is what we're having. Okay, 3, 2, and 8. Sure.
I think this is compensating for last week.
Yeah. Okay, so
Now,
that's 5, which
It
means
stops.
it's 5 momentum, which means we've got 6, and we've got 3 overflow, plus we get an assist. So, who would like to assist?
Going to guess Doviah.
I can assist, yes. So, with theatrics.
I mean,
Yes.
who better to use in this situation than the one with theatrics?
Yep.
So, what role would
I love
it
that.
be?
I would say command plus presence in this case.
no way.
Makes sense.
Or con plus presence if you prefer that.
That's no difference. Really. So,
Or I guess, well, yeah, those two probably.
I'll do command. So, theatrics, that's focus use. Yes. I won't buy dice, given the previous roll. So, yeah.
You
Can't
can't
your
buy
assist
dice,
anyway,
you're
you
a
roll
roll
1.
Yes. Yeah, of course. That is true. 1.
That doesn't count. You need to reroll. You roll 2 dice.
Oh, yeah. That's my bad. I've got to change it.
Ah,
Still 1.
it's a.
Alright.
I mean, why wouldn't it be another success? Of course. So
No, totally
now,
fanboy. Totally fanboy. I do, but not just that ship, I do every, a ton of the ships.
yeah,
Just go, boing, that, point out everything.
so now instead of there being
Zular kind of just tapping his foot on the ground in the background.
yeah, so instead of you having 3 overflow after being maxed out, you've got 4 overflow. So
I would use some of that momentum just to fanboy to the point where I just shout out every little detail, everything.
Okay,
I would use these.
if you want to,
I mean,
you can use
totally.
that momentum, that overflow momentum, to create advantages.
I mean, enough advantages so they can scan what's it. I mean,
Yeah.
literally,
So
it's
the advantage for it to be a distraction, so that the scans won't be noticed. That can take care of 2 of that. So then you've got still got 2 overflow momentum. So if you wanted to, you could get another advantage.
yeah. I kind of wanted to go absolutely like total threat, like literally like
I
point
mean,
out like
Yeah. I mean, it depends on how much you would like to be detected here. If you want to, the advantage could be there happen to be no security cameras that face this particular angle. If you wanted something, or something along those lines. It doesn't have to be exactly that, but maybe something along those lines. I don't know. So what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'll do.
That'll do?
Security cameras just don't seem to more concentrated on me than anybody else. I'm just going totally,
Sure.
it's just like in his element.
Yeah.
Like points out everything about every like not just that one, like it's just like a few ships.
Yeah.
Points out.
Yeah.
Everything.
I can just imagine this being like Scotty in Star Trek 4 when he's taking the tour in the plexiglass factory. A little bit like that, maybe. I don't know. Yes, it works perfectly. And given how successful you were, you somehow managed to be so distracting that nobody else is paying attention to anything else, but not so obviously there that you draw unwanted attention. So, while the distraction's going on,
perfect.
What would the others like to do?
If we as players knew a bit more about, I mean, I don't know, about role-playing the stuff. I mean, if it's just a role, then sure. I don't know.
What do you mean?
The distracting.
Basically.
Yeah.
You can just put in brackets tech. And then it's literal technobabble.
Yeah. Sure.
Basic.
Can Zular kind of monitor, like, how the traffic is handled? People coming and going from ships, do they need to, like, check in places? Do they need to go here, there, whatever? Is there, like, a procedure, or are they just free to go?
Sure. Although, didn't someone want to scan the ship?
Yeah.
So who's going to do that?
I would assume Baylor.
Okay.
Mr. Science Man.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right.
So do you want to buy any dice for him? We've got 6
Since
momentum.
both Nero and Doviah are occupied, and Zular is going to be doing stuff.
Yep. So this, do you want to buy a die from where we're maxed out?
Yes. Give Baylor a die.
Okay.
Yes.
3d20. Here we go. Ooh. Okay.
How about you re-roll that?
Yeah.
Yes. Please. 10.
10.
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
So
Just
that's
half that. Yeah.
10, 11, 10.
3 successes. Why not? Another 3 successes,
Okay.
of course. Okay. So he's busy doing
It's
that.
meant to be.
Yep. He's busy doing that for a while. So, Zular, what are you gonna do?
Exactly what I said he was going to
Yes. Yes. I meant more. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter.
do. I don't know what else you were expecting.
I meant more if there's any specific way that you would like to go about it. But then as I thought about it more, I recognized that it doesn't really matter.
No.
Right.
Okay, let me just write that down.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so as Zular kind of getting a little bit further away from the group, splitting the party, as it were, making observations.
Minimally, yes.
I'm gonna need a roll,
A little. Yes.
namely either insight or reason, plus Now, there could be an argument here for engineering or con. So either one, I would say, would work in this case.
Alright, then we'll go with engineering and reason.
Yeah, plus that also
And
gives
I've
you...
focused in logistics now.
Yep.
So...
And you
What
can
were you gonna
reroll. You can also reroll a die if need should arise.
Yes. If I buy one.
If
Which
you
I-
do.
Unless there is an objection.
Nope.
And we are on max momentum, so
Great.
go ahead.
So, bring us back
talking to Robin.
to 5 momentum.
Mm-hmm.
See if we can stay there. Or if we overflow again.
Yeah. You know, whoever came up with a momentum cap came up with a great idea.
Yeah.
Actually,
We
no.
just need someone to invent a thread cap, please.
A 2, an 11, and a 4.
What is going on?
Well, yeah. Of course. Of course. I mean, it was a difficulty 0 anyway, so...
Oh god. Well, what style is this one then? We got Neo style. What's
I don't know. Is there any specific way you would like to describe this?
Not really.
Okay. So,
He's just very, very attentive to detail.
I mean, logistics is one of his well-known passions, after all.
Yup.
That was totally established months ago.
No, it fits more or less with his background.
It does. Yeah. Okay. Sure. So
Not that his background has been established either, but
it fits.
in the
I mean,
notes.
that's why it
Yeah.
fits. Neither has been established previously, so that's why it fits. So you manage to find a ship that has just landed, just been brought in. They're starting to unload cargo, a variety of things that are more smaller crates that probably contain either valuable or personal artifacts perhaps, and then there's also bulk stuff being unloaded. Not entirely sure what it is, but different types of cargo, and you see that they are funneled to one of 3 exit points that look like they lead to a sort of distribution hub. Do you also want to make a few inquiries, ask some people some questions, or is it just observation?
yes. Nah, I'm inquiring.
Okay, so yes, you find out that these 3 ports are for 3 different categories. The first is kind of what's the word I'm looking for? So individual cargo, things that it's like a one-time thing where it has to be it has to be delivered to a very specific location. It's not kind of a repeat thing. The second one is for bulk, which also includes repeating deliveries. And the third one is for hazardous material. And there's a network of these kind of monorail cars that deliver the stuff to different places where it then gets sorted and it then gets delivered to wherever it needs to be delivered to.
Okay.
Would you like to ask questions? Given that we've got a significant amount of overflow.
You don't sound bitter at all about that.
No, I was exaggerating. I'm actually
Yes.
quite happy that things are going well.
Yeah, I'm glad we're rolling well enough, considering we're trying to find one person on a planet.
Mm-hmm.
Touching wood, that it still counts.
So you have 4.
Yeah.
4 overflow momentum.
It's
Well, actually, no, technically, yeah, 4. It is 4 because it was 0 and it went up to 6 again, so it's 4.
Right?
okay. So the freighter's cargo is mostly not notable. What it brought with it, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a scan yet, or at least Zular hasn't been around to receive the results of the scan yet.
Mm-hmm.
But if the shielded box was removed from the freighter, could I conveniently find someone who took note of it?
That would be
Advantage.
that would be a significant advantage, not an
Yes.
obtain information.
Yes,
But
I imagine so.
if you, I mean, that is really, if you spent 3 of those 4, I'd let you have it.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, what else is super overflow momentum for
I
than
honestly.
big purchases?
Very big purchases.
Yeah.
If that isn't, I don't know what is.
So, asking around. I mean, this, to me, if this was an actual episode, this just would scream like a spin-off series. Like Zular would get his own spin-off series, and that's why. Anyway, so, making some inquiries, you manage to find kind of a break room for the staff, and you manage to kind of get in there, ask around. They're playing some of that water pool or billiards that we saw in Star Trek 5.
Mhm.
And asking around, you get directed to someone who was on duty there, and kind of comes up and he confirms. Yeah, he confirms it, and he says that there was a. He just calls it a safe. Transported from the SS Amber Tramp, which was designated as hazardous. Let's see. Okay. Whereas I need to make sure I don't mess up the name. Okay. And he says that its destination was a customer at the Yekrastem estate, which
Might
I
as well
know.
just type that one.
I know. Okay. Yes. There we go.
Thank you.
He does also make a note that, since you've rolled so well, he does also tell you that there have been, in the past, occasional other hazardous deliveries there. However, there is never anything specific declared as to what it is. Yep, it is the ship you're looking for. So, would you like to spend that last overflow momentum for obtain information, since we haven't technically moved on from the resolving this roll yet?
Yes.
See, I might as well just lean into it.
Yeah.
After all, resistance is futile. Which,
Well, we didn't roll really well.
which won't
so
make sense
that-
to you since you haven't seen TNG.
That's already a nice lead. Well, I'm not sure how easy or difficult it is to look up addresses on this planet, so let's find out where that is.
Okay.
Not sure if they have like a
Yellow
space
pages.
yellow book. Yeah.
So,
Hey, pages. Geez, I haven't seen those things in years.
good old yellow
Still have
pages.
some in my house.
Okay, so sure, why not? Because that, I mean, with this thing, I might as well just give it to you because you would find it out otherwise anyway. So this way is just making it a bit faster. So sure. Going over to one of... So most of this hangar complex is for freight, cargo, or goods, if you want to use a more old-timey word for it. However, there is a section which is dedicated to basically tourist vessel arrivals, things like that, where you manage to find a surprisingly helpful information console, which you can see that on the outskirts of the city, about maybe 10 miles away, there is this estate. It appears to have a significant amount of wilderness woodland around it. Yes, Yellow Pages Space Edition.
Sure.
And
That's
yes, you've located it. And you didn't even need an advertisement on a bus.
Nope.
So, meanwhile, the scan commences, revealing that the ship is empty, is devoid of cargo. There are no life signs on board. However, you do detect Sam.
Ooh.
And the ship seems to be completely inactive.
Intriguing.
So, after amount of time, Zular returns, I'm assuming, unless Zular wants to go on more solo adventures.
No.
Okay.
Enough solar adventures for one day.
So, returns, and now the performance has been going on for really quite a while, and if you continued, you'd be pushing it. So, what do you want to do?
Thank him, probably.
Thank who? Nero, you mean?
I'm not. Sorry. So
I'm
what
gonna
do
tell
you
you
Wrap
something
it up,
now.
basically.
I
I
meant-
think is what he's saying.
Yeah, I
What-
meant
what
the
do you mean?
distraction performance that
Yes,
you
yeah.
assisted in.
Yes.
I did mean that. So,
Well,
did we
I
find
kind
out the
of,
guy's name?
What do you mean?
The one who we saw, who we're trying to distract.
You've not interacted with him at all.
Oh, yeah, of course. Sorry. That's my bad. I misunderstood.
say
That's fine.
that. Oh, Chief of Security
So,
tells me to shut up.
At this point,
So we need to tell Neo to be quiet. And let's go.
Yeah, Westaker's gonna take that over. He's gonna put a hand on your shoulder. He's gonna say, "Yes, yes, yes. I've had. Yeah, that's quite enough. Yes, yes. Thank you. I'll have dreams about all of this stuff for weeks, I'm sure. Now, let's just carry on. We can't stay around here all day, looking at the ships." And kind of leads you over to to one of the lifts, which you haven't seen used once. It's probably a lift that leads up to a not very high traffic area, and you've kind of found a space where you can talk privately.
Sounds good.
Good. So J. Bear goes first and says, "Well, I can confirm that our package is not on board the ship. However, I have found the robot, and it otherwise seems to be completely inactive. No active sensors, computers, engines, or other defensive systems."
Well, yeah, I might have found something.
"Go on," says Westaker.
I might know a little something about where the package went. And,
He raises an eyebrow.
here's the exact address.
He raises the other eyebrow as well.
Always the eyebrow raising.
Yep. Says, and
You're getting right good at that, aren't you?
so he says, how did you... Never mind.
Yeah.
Right. Well, looks like we've got our next stop planned.
I'd say so. You're welcome, by the way.
Gives you a nod. Okay. So, figuring out public transportation is not that difficult. So, and I mean, it's not like you need exact change or anything like that. So, yeah, just all the references. So,
For those in chat who are wondering, we've been watching through all the Star Trek movies.
Yes. Yeah.
From the original cast, so a lot more references.
Yeah.
So, you manage to find a monorail that takes you somewhat close. The nearest stop is maybe about 3 miles out, but things go smoothly, and it is still raining as you exit. So this stop is probably more for tourists because it's located where the original landing site was when the colony was first established a long time ago. But since it's raining, there's really nobody around. Yep, well, line to pay our thief a visit. Yes, indeed.
Probably grab some rain gear that won't stick out in the forest.
Wait, do you say reindeer or reindeer?
Rain gear.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Don't be ridiculous.
So, sure. Since this is a touristy place, you managed to find a shop that sells some for some credits. I won't bog this down with making you track it. You just purchase it. That's fine.
Yeah.
And our group of heroes dressed in rain gear are ready to go on further adventures. Anyway, yes.
Great.
So, there is a dirt road leading up, and looking around this place, it looks suspiciously like some of the more forested areas of California. But that's probably just a coincidence. So, yes.
Coincidence.
You follow this roadway as Westaker is going to make another roll. We've got 5 momentum. And this is to see if he spots any sort of security equipment or sensors or any stuff like that. Do you want him to spend to buy dice? Don't worry, we're not actually in California. It was just filmed there.
How much momentum do we have? Okay, I'll say 1.
1?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was typing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, infiltration, of course. So that's all right. You can re-roll 1 if need be. Should you re-roll that 0? Do you think?
Sure.
What was the difficulty?
You don't know.
We don't know.
Why not?
3 is not like the 5s we've been rolling, but it's still pretty good as far as rolls go.
True. Do you want to push your luck a little more?
Not really.
Not really?
Not really.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
If you want to give us complications, you're going to need to spend threat.
Good point.
Okay.
Good point. This is why.
Yes. What's? Please continue that sentence.
No, not good to continue it.
Okay. So you continue, and you detect no form of sensors or cameras or anything like that until you get to a quite basic looking metal fence. It is quite tall. It's got its base in what looks like a stone wall, and there is an old-timey gate. Just a basic, ordinary gate made of metal bars. And it is probably locked.
Can we inspect its lock mechanism?
If you want to, yes.
Sure. Let's do that.
I think Zular's gonna nudge Baylor, get an idea of how many people are around here.
He says, people? You mean where we're going?
Yeah.
Well, judging by the observations I made at the tourist shops, it appears as though there is some form of large house or mansion, perhaps. So I would assume, depending on what sort of installation this is, if it is a thieves' den, as we are suspecting,
The black market.
perhaps, well, depends on if we arrived at a good time or not. My estimate would range up to perhaps maybe 100 or so people if we arrive at a very bad time.
Yeah.
Although, that being said, if we arrive during the off hours, I believe it is called, then perhaps only maybe half a dozen would be my guess.
Right?
Meanwhile, Westaker gonna say, does anyone have an idea of how we can deal with this without phasers?
Can we climb over it, perhaps?
You can try. You might be able to find a tree that's overhanging. This really feels like a D&D session now, doesn't it? Does anyone have thieves' tools?
Yeah, I roll perception to see if there's a tree nearby.
No.
I mean, I have a focus in manufacturing.
No, you can't manufacture thieves' tools on the fly.
Or a tree, for that matter.
Is there a rock around the place?
Yeah, sure. This is filmed
I
in
pick up the rock
California.
and go.
Okay. What do you want to do with the rock?
I'm just saying. Here's your. It's like a normal padlock, is it?
No, the lock is built into the frame of the metal gate.
Still, I present the rock.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He takes the rock and says, well, I doubt that this is going to be enough, but here goes. Takes it. Smashes it against the lock. The gate makes quite a bit of noise, but it has done nothing. The rock broke apart on impact with the metal frame.
I was joking, but alright, whatever.
Well, apparently he didn't think you were joking. So, what's Doviah doing during this?
How tall is the gate?
Let's see. It's about 4 meters, same as the fence.
4 meters. And Alex pikes on top or something? Or like, what does it look like?
The metal rods do end in spear-like spikes, yes.
So you can't really climb over it.
Depends on how good you can roll.
It could end badly though.
All of this could end horribly.
Yeah, good point.
Could we sort out some like temporary covering for the spikes on top? So someone who is very good at handling situations like this could install some sort of covering and the rest of us would be able to get over it easier.
I mean, if one of you would like to give up your rainy clothes.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Although if you did have a Vulcan with you, You could probably bend some of the metal bars, actually. But
I mean, I could.
you don't.
I
so-
could use my rain clothes, put them on top, climb over, and then
Check.
set them back on.
Well, depends.
It does depend. Could I use the value never lose hope?
I mean, if you want to spend determination, but the idea was that the one who's good at fitness stuff goes first, and then decrease the difficulty for the ones who come after.
So my fitness is 10.
Yeah.
Or my
So,
character's
first officer?
Yeah, it would be security plus fitness. So Westacres is 15 total.
Well, you would hope the first officers.
Mm-hmm. What are you checking, Dodd?
Yeah, just real quick checking traits. Okay. So I think Zular kind of elbows one of the regular old security officers. Hey, you don't need that, do you?
Kind of looks over
Oh, that's
to
neat, I love it.
kind of looks over to Westacre for like, and then he just gives a nod. Yes, yeah, and then okay, takes it off. Okay, and so I guess Westacre's gonna go climb a fence.
Or a gate.
Although I wouldn't put that on a shirt.
Why not?
So
That W would love that.
So, dice. Westacre does have cautious security, so if we do buy... We've only got 4 left, but if we do buy one, then he can re-roll a die.
Nice.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, security plus fitness. Does a focus apply? Combat tactics, hand phasers. I mean, does this count as infiltration?
Yes.
I mean,
Technically,
technically, yes.
Okay, sure. I'll allow it. So, here we go.
Okay.
An 18 and a 16 and a 3. Okay, it's gonna re-roll one of those.
Yeah.
By the way, I didn't give the difficulty. The difficulty was 3. So,
Okay.
there we go, that's 3.
That.
So, just what the GM ordered.
Yep.
So, technical infiltration in progress, please wait. So, he takes it under his arm, kind of climbs up a little bit, finds a spot where there is a kind of
footing.
a tree kind of near it, so kind of pushes up with his back, kind of pushing up. Manages to kind of put it, kind of bundle it up, put it over 2 of the spikes, so it's a broad enough thing to go over.
Mm-hmm.
Just go over and kind of jump down on the other side, roll, which
4
does.
meters.
Yeah, but he's rolling, so that negates the stress in this case.
But it didn't roll yet.
Yes.
Haha. So
Uh,
he's on the other side, and the thing reduces the difficulty to 2 for the rest. So now it's time for the big rolling. Who would like to go?
make the round.
Yep. Who would like to go after him?
Oh, me.
Okay, go ahead. This is going to be fitness plus security.
Yeah.
With a difficulty of 2. Luckily, the radiation poisoning isn't affecting you still.
Great. So can I use the... Theatrics doesn't apply.
No.
So, never lose hope value?
Do you really want to spend your determination on this?
I mean, the session is pretty much over.
What do you mean?
got 23 minutes left.
Oh yeah.
It's 3/4 of
oh, yeah,
the way
sorry,
over.
that's that. Yeah, never mind. I don't know. It depends how well I'll roll, but I can't know that yet. So, can I use my talent, the tough talent?
No,
Not sure what that
no, tough just gives you more stress.
does.
It just gives you more stress points.
Oh, all right. Then I'll just roll. Complication range. What is that?
1.
Okay, and buy 1 die. Can I?
Climb the fence. Complication range 5.
Damn. Well, I'm dead.
Can I buy a die or not?
I mean, if it had like razor wire on it, then maybe.
Mm-hmm. Just roll.
So
Yeah.
before we decide whether or not we're going to buy dice for that, going around, what do the non-security characters have for fitness and security? Because Zular's 9.
Mine's 12.
11.
The both of the security NPCs is also 11.
Interesting.
Wow.
So,
They're just NPCs.
yes,
Yes.
Wow.
but they might still cause trouble. If they, yeah.
11 is still better than 9.
Yes. So, should I buy 1 die? I don't
You
know.
have the highest of the 3 of us.
I'll just roll. 2 success.
There we go.
Okay.
It's exactly what you needed.
Okay,
Nice.
Yeah.
sure. So, you make it over, don't take any stress damage,
Great.
although you do get a tiny little bit muddy, because you've got to roll to break
Yeah,
your
that's
fall.
fine.
So, who goes next?
Oh. Yeah, why not? Well, here we go. Hey,
Okay,
that's
there you
pretty
go.
good.
Uh,
Sure. So, after Nero, who goes after Nero?
I get Zular.
Uh-huh.
Let's get this over with.
Okay.
Zular would like a die.
Yeah.
Sure.
You shall have 1.
Sure.
Have it mailed to him.
Yeah. Alright. Definitely no focuses on this one.
Wow.
So, let us roll.
Okay.
Oh.
Could have been worse.
Yes.
So, I will allow you to succeed at a cost. Because otherwise, you're just not getting over the fence.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, the cost, the complication, I'm going to turn into threat.
Sure.
Okay. So next is this 2 security.
Uh,
So this is 11. That's 1. The other one, also 1. So, the 2 security officers, having significant trouble getting over, would you like them to succeed at a cost as well, or would you like them to stay here to keep watch? You do have communicators with you.
You two, let us know if there's a big group of people coming in.
Westager speaks up and says, yes, yes,
yeah.
that makes sense. Also,
Oh, yeah.
try to stay out of sight. Right, so they are kind of, at the moment, kind of halfway up the fence, kind of really struggling, and okay, Right. So so let's stay here and then kind of try to kind of descend again safely. So, right, 2 security officers down, going into who knows what.
Yeah.
So, we've got quite a bit of time left. Great. This is going faster than I had expected. Luckily, I've got stuff prepared. So,
Nice.
We rolled really well.
yep,
Which is good.
you're
We like
moving
that.
along the road, and you turn a corner and you can see on a hill this, as the rain is kind of coming in stronger, getting a bit windy, you see on this hill a typical Edwardian mansion. What?
Did Baylor make it over?
Wait, did I not roll? Oh, I guess I must have. Oh no, we forgot about Baylor.
Baylor.
As well. Well, I guess we'll leave Baylor as
don't
well.
know.
What
Noticing
is
that.
what is his science?
You've got about Baylor as
So is
well.
that another dirt road?
So that is only 1 success, unfortunately.
Well,
So he's not making it over, unless you wanna.
Push him over.
well, one down again. Well.
So if you want to spend your last 2 momentum to get an advantage of him making it over as well, then you can do that. But then you've got no momentum going into this.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Yeah, sorry, Baylor.
Wait, what? Is he really staying behind?
Yeah, he is. That's what the fence does.
Well, I
Well,
guess
the
it'll-
offence has spoken.
Yep. So, like I said, you see this typical Edwardian mansion on the hill with a road going up to it. It looks like something. Well, it looks like something from a different movie, to be honest, but it's here. And the road kind of leads up to it.
Is that dirt road then?
It is a dirt road, yes.
Right. Okay.
So what do you want to do?
Are there any trees around?
Oh
or-
yeah, yes.
Okay.
Right.
Can I tell
Up.
what they are, the trees, from here?
They are alive and well.
Sure.
It, it's not poisonous, in case you were wondering.
Yeah, okay. Sure, that's fine. That's fine. I could have used the botany focus for that, but yeah, that's fine. So, do we head up to that then? Like, is there... I don't know if there's any ground foliage or something which we could use as cover or something. I don't know. I have no idea.
You can try to sneak up to it if you want to.
Yeah, we'll probably have to sneak up.
So we can.
Sneak up,
That's
yeah.
good.
Sneak up.
So we don't use the
Sneak
road
up.
itself. So yeah.
We scan for security equipment and stuff.
Sure. If only you had someone who
There are
scans
cameras
with you.
around, or
Well, the security
yeah.
we
stuff.
can all scan.
I know.
Just science officers are better at
So,
it.
well, it depends. If you're scanning specifically for...
That'll be the first officer,
Yeah, well... Yeah, it would be...
wouldn't it?
Yeah, inside plus security, yeah. So, dice or no dice? Got 2 momentum.
That is the question. Could buy one of them.
Moderately important.
Yeah, I mean, if we were
Also,
spotted
future
here,
roles might be more important.
yes, but if we were spotted here, then it wouldn't be that ideal.
Where's your
No.
risk?
So, I
You know
would.
what? Go for it.
Yeah, yes, I would opt for that as well.
So what are we doing?
Buy one die.
Buy one? Okay. No, there's no buy one get one free offer.
Ah.
Oh, I thought there was.
Uh,
Damn.
Is that next week?
Yeah, sorry. No, it isn't. Don't hold me to that. So, here we
But
go. Focus applies.
Well,
Do you want him to re-roll any of those? No?
No, thank
Okay.
you.
Okay,
No.
sure.
Don't worry, we'll roll extra bad next week to make up for it when we're actually in danger.
Okay. So,
I just love the rolls. This week's rolls have just been like, mwah.
hopefully this continues to Saturday.
Please say yes.
Yes.
So,
Somehow I doubt it.
okay. 3
We'll
successes.
see. We'll see. It's still roll 20, so.
So, looking around, scanning, he does detect some low power electrical signals a few dozen meters off the road, maybe some cables, something like that. But he doesn't detect any sensors within the range of you currently. However, that doesn't mean that there isn't anything further away or anything that's particularly well camouflaged or jamming sensors.
So, basically, try to be discreet, scan again when we're actually close to the house.
The house, yes.
Mhm.
So, are you up for some sneaking?
Mm-hmm.
Sort of.
Okay. So, the way this works is I'm going to have Westaker, since he's leading, make the main roll, and I'm going to have 1 assist. I'm going to set this to difficulty 3, complication range 2, and I'm going to bump that up to 3 as well, with a point of threat. So 3-3.
Oh, lovely. Guess what?
By the way, this is going to be security plus presence for him.
Okay.
Who's reasonably good at that?
Security plus presence is an 11 for me.
9.
Also 9.
Well,
There we
well,
go.
so
I knew that was
I guess
but
it's time for the comms officer to sneak in.
yeah, go on, comms officer. Show us how it's done.
He's got theatrics. She's got
Alright.
theatrics.
Yes.
She's
Yeah.
Yes. Does that apply?
she's got this.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Can I really theatrically sneak up to the...
Have you,
Well-
no. Have you seen the Pink Panther?
Yes.
Oh yes, I have.
Yes.
I have. Both the
See?
original and the reboot. So,
I mean,
See?
yeah,
I guess
I guess so.
theatrics would include things like being aware of your body, your movements, and
Yeah.
things like that. So, trying to move unnoticed. Since things are going already that direction, why not? Go ahead.
This is the fun episode,
Yes.
Brilliant.
at least in the beginning.
Mhm.
Complication range
Keep-
1.
Roll with it.
What?
Complication...
Complication range
3.
3, plus
Oh, yeah.
you are only going to assist, so you need to go first.
Oh, assist.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, of course,
So,
yeah. Okay, sure.
Did we say we're going to buy a die for Westaker or not?
Yes.
Sure.
1.
Okay, so then that would be the last momentum.
Oh,
Okay, so
Here we
first
go.
yes.
He can re-roll one of those
come
if
on.
he needs to. Ah,
Yeah.
Let's...
Okay, that's 16. Do we want to re-roll it? See if we can get a momentum?
No, thank you.
Can we
No.
do this for free?
Ah.
Or...
You could, but it's complication range 3. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Never
3.
mind.
It's
Security
3.
plus
If it was
presence.
less than 3, yeah, maybe, but it's a 3.
Yeah.
Go ahead and assist.
Yes. Here we go.
19.
Uh,
Well,
Okay.
it's
I knew I shouldn't have tried to sneak up onto it theatrically.
Yep.
So,
Here we go.
okay. So, as you sneak up on the side, you can find a little ditch to sneak up through beside the road. You're getting closer and closer and closer. There is kind of a gardens area around the outside with kind of a thick hedge, and
Nice.
you manage to get up to the hedge as you feel the complication being turned into threat. So you made it up to where the actual gardens and place begins.
Right.
So what do you want to do?
Dun, 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 dun,
Never mind that. Call it out too.
Yes.
I started that. I should have done that.
Eh,
That's fine.
I don't mind.
Yeah. So, yeah.
We've got to be careful with that, with copyright stuff.
Well, yeah.
True.
So what do we do now?
The thing is, the stream, it's not being monetized either. So, anyway, let's just continue.
So, are there security guards around from this place?
Well, you take a quick look around.
Security cameras, CCTV, or
Do you
whatever.
want to scan? Do you want to scan again?
Yes.
Rescan. Complication range 1. I'm not going to tell you the difficulty.
Yep, and we don't have any die.
I mean, you could buy the threat if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Security plus insight. He gets to reroll 1 anyway, so he's just going to roll normally. So, would you like to reroll one of those?
Yeah.
Here we go. What
Please,
should be a crit?
the 0, please, not the 1.
This is just normal. Okay. Oh, it's a 19! So,
God damn it.
it appears that your luck is shifting as you get closer.
Your luck is shifting, not ours.
And as this session is
Right.
ending.
Yeah. So,
the ending, yeah.
doing a quick scan, he says, I'm not detecting any guards or any security equipment here either. There appears to be a backdoor entrance into the cellar, 10 meters that way.
Right. Interesting.
So
You reckon we should take that?
what do you want to do?
You reckon we should take that?
Who do you ask?
Well, we're certainly not going through the front door, so,
At least not without our phasers.
Yes.
So,
alright.
basement
Into
is...
the bowels of the house we go.
Let's descend downwards.
Yeah.
Right. I'll go first.
Who is that? Westaker?
Westaker. And I don't. I'm not going to make you roll to get up to it. So, you managed to get up to it. By the way, you pass some very pretty roses on the way over as you go through the gardens.
Noted.
And
Well,
the door is kind of set down a little bit as you hear thunder somewhere in the distance. The wind's picking up even more.
is it still raining?
Oh yeah, it's pouring.
Oh, right.
It's pouring down. So you have a few steps leading down to where the door is, and you're up by the door. What would you like to do?
We knock. No.
No, we do not.
Can we do another scan now to see if there's any more life signs beyond the door, or like?
If you
I
want
don't
to.
know.
That would just, if you want to just scan for life sign, that would just be a difficulty 0 task.
Great. So, who would do that? Could I do that, or like?
Yeah.
Sure.
You're the one who wanted to.
Reason.
Science plus reason, yes.
That's fine. No focuses apply. Okay, here we go. One.
So we've gained a momentum back, and that 0 was into 16. That's fine. So we're at 1 momentum again.
Right. Nice.
There are no life signs beyond the door.
Okay. Does the door have a lock on it?
That would be obtain information, or you could do another separate roll, probably Zular, to see if there is something, or if you can get in, or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, or if there's perhaps a
Locks are usually pretty obvious.
Yes.
Oh, so you mean
At the
just
very
visually?
least, the existence
that's
of
what
it.
I thought.
Right. So you mean just visually? I thought you meant
Yeah.
on the
Yes.
no. So there is. Okay, so the door itself looks like it's made of wood. It's got a normal handle. However, where the lock would be, there is what looks like essentially a wireless card reader where a card or something like that would be put onto scan. However, if it is that, or if the door is indeed locked, would be up to a roll.
Zular could roll for that, probably.
Sure. Depends what do you want to actually do? Do you want to try to get in, or do you just want to figure out if it is locked, and if so, in what particular way?
Yeah, nature of the locking mechanism. Or
Okay.
other security measures that may be tied to it.
Sure. That would be insight plus engineering. And I'm gonna set the difficulty to 1. Complication range 0. Or rather 1. I mean 0 increase is what I meant.
Right. I don't think focus does apply here.
I don't know what they are.
Power systems, computers, manufacturing, logistics.
Alright.
No.
Probably not then.
Okay, well, let's just go for it. Look at that.
2.
Phew.
So we've generated a momentum.
Nice.
So we're at 2. And
Nice.
so it is an electronic lock, as already expected, which would need. It looks like it would need some sort of key card or something like that to be held up, some sort of magnetic card to be held up to it for it to unlock. However, you do also find wiring that connects it to the wire system of the house. You also detect that it appears to be unlocked.
Well, that's lucky.
Isn't it?
Interesting.
It's not locked.
Really?
But
Huh?
could be tied to an alarm system, though. Then I could try to
Yes,
cut it off from the power.
Yes, I thought of that as well. Huh. I'm not sure if it's
What do you
worth
think,
risking.
security man?
Says, I think it smells like a trap.
Of course. Everything about this smells like a trap. Are you just gonna leave?
I don't smell anything.
People, what other options do we have besides just going in this way?
Matt doesn't smell anything. Oh, wait, figure of speech. Whoops.
Well, it's always the chimney. But no.
Not in the rain. It's not a good idea to go climbing on slate. That's at least a 45-degree angle in the rain. Especially during a thunderstorm.
Always find another way.
Yes.
You can always just. Well, there's another way of going.
I mean, could always try to get through a window, but
That seems
Even
more.
more risky.
That seems more risky.
yeah.
Sular,
More work. for
can
security guy.
you try to can you try to isolate? Although, in your expert opinion, would it be riskier to try to isolate this door from the systems, or would it be riskier just to open this unlocked door?
Hmm. How difficult would it be to isolate the door from the system?
Well, it would be an advantage. Although it would only be an advantage with an opportunity cost of 1. So it would cost you 1 momentum.
I'd say that's fair.
The question is, would that trigger an alarm? Just the fact of it being isolated.
That's a possibility.
Or would just opening the door trigger the alarm?
I don't know, because if it's unlocked, then surely they must be expecting it to be opened. So I don't know. I mean, the people from the house, like, if I don't know, it has to be cleared beforehand, or like how it works.
Well, you know,
Yes, soon, rooms buff,
If-
soon.
if the alarm is set for an average alarm system, if anything happens to it while it's set, it's gonna go off. Loses power, goes off.
Yeah, of course it would go off if it loses power. That's the... Oh, you meant... Oh, yeah, of course.
Yes.
Like something would like check to see
If all doors are
there's a
online.
signal responding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fault
but
detected in basement
at the same time,
6.
if it's set and active, if you open the door, it's gonna go off. So it's either it's definitely gonna go off, or it might go off, or it's not set, so it doesn't matter.
And you just lose the momentum.
Yes. I'd be willing to risk the momentum.
Sure.
Rogue, what do you think? Rogue? Good you're here.
Yeah, man. Sorry, I just came back from.
Although, hold on. Let me think about it
Yeah.
again. Electronic locking mechanisms.
Yeah. And if we lose the whole to powers the whole building accidentally.
So the other possibility is that if we trigger something by messing with it, the electronic locking mechanism will, in response, lock,
Yes.
which would make it harder to get in.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Whereas if we just open the door, then it's already open. It can't very well lock again.
Well, that's what you say
Unless it's
now.
an automatic door.
Mm.
Yes, an automatic wooden side door to the basement.
It might just be wood panel.
Could be.
Yeah.
But then your scan would have probably revealed that.
Hopefully.
Would it, if we cut on the powers of the whole building, would that also
You don't know.
lock?
If it detected, maybe that would cause the whole building to go into lockdown.
Yeah.
Could be. Although it would be funny if we did decide to finally open the door, we give up to it and it just opens on its own. Just an automatic door.
No, you're already up to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't
We
believe
would've had
that
to
this
get
is
pretty
the
close.
thing that's taking the longest to decide this whole game. Out of all the stuff.
Okay, look, it's just
Let's just do it and
Let's
get
just
the
do
alarm
it.
to trigger.
I'm not
just
complaining.
open the door.
I'm not complaining, I'm just noting.
I know, just maybe it's from watching so much Critical Role, very wary of doors.
Yes.
Oh, I mean...
But yeah, we can just open the door, and if there's a response, I can try cutting power to the whole house once we're already in it. And we can worry about getting out later.
Sure.
Okay.
Seems like a plan.
So, you give your suggestion, Westaker agrees. I mean, it would be pretty silly if Westaker just said, no, we're not doing that, after all of this debating. But, no, he agrees. You go,
Well,
and you go over, you open the door, and it opens. Creaks a little bit.
Silent alarm.
Nothing seems to happen other than the door opening.
Mm.
And as you step in, out of the rain, the session ends.
Okay.
So there, how do you like that
It could
cliffhanger,
be-
Rosebath?
That's a good one. It could be that it was just a silent alarm that got triggered, like a flashing light in the control room
yeah.
or somewhere
It
else.
might even be an alarm in the control
Yeah,
room,
and we
like
just don't
klaxons
know.
going off.
Yes.
Loud alarms scare people off. Silent alarms
Exactly.
help you catch them.
Ooh, also,
Mhm.
one little bit that I neglected to mention is that as you're now really up close to the door, on the arch above it, or of the frame, you can see that there is kind of a brass plate that says Malar's Manor on it, and with delivery entrance below. So,
Right.
now that's the end of the episode. No, not episode, the end of the session. You know what I mean.
Might have been unlocked from a recent delivery.
The brass plate reads,
No.
haha, fooled ya. I mean, if Trelane was involved, maybe. You don't know who Trelane is, do you?
From the original
Nope.
series, a character. I believe you've
Yeah.
mentioned him before.
He was the character that the Q
Doesn't
were
ring a
based
bell,
on.
but
But you have no idea who the Q are anyway, so that doesn't matter either. So, that's that.
alright.
That went not at all how I'd expected it to go, but I'm actually quite happy with how it went.
Yes.
Yes, same.
It was unusually productive.
Yes,
Yeah,
I agree. It went
exactly.
quite quickly.
yes, there's the link to Trelane in Twitch chat.
And
Yes.
in
Yeah, that picture that gets linked a lot, and I never remember who it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
Sadly, that episode didn't make the list of 6.
Yeah, no.
Was it a good one?
Yeah, it was a good one. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
so I guess that's it. We've gone a bit over time, so thank you all very much for watching. The stream will be archived. If you're watching the archive, please watch it on YouTube, because there I can see the numbers better. So, that's that.
Yes, thanks for
See you next time.
Thanks for having us. Yes, it's been great. So yeah.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Just wait for a response in chat. There we go.
Thanks and good
Bye.
night. Yes, bye.